Standard 6th, Subject Maths, Chapter 4, Operations on Fractions, Part 2. Let's begin with practice set 10. Now, practice set 10 is about the addition and subtraction of mixed numbers. Okay, in our last video, we have seen that what are mixed numbers or what are mixed fractions. Okay, and in this particular practice set, we are going to see how we are going to add or subtract the mixed fractions. So let's begin. If you see here, practice set 10, the first sum where we have to add. Okay, we have to add the two mixed fractions. So 6 1 upon 3 plus 2 1 upon 3. Okay, in our last video where we solved practice set 9, we have done how to convert the mixed numbers to improper fraction. So those, and I had explained you on two methods. Okay, and I told you that you all can solve this particular type of question by any one method. Okay, so whichever method you all want, you all can solve any one method from those two methods. Here I will solve by the second method which I explained there. Okay, those sums I solved with first method. Now here in this practice set, I will show you the second method. So whichever is easier for you, you all can choose. Now here the first sum I will show you by both the methods. Now what is the first method? That we separate the whole number and we separate the fraction. So here, what is the whole number? 6 and 2. So 6 plus 2 plus 1 upon 3 plus 1 upon 3. Okay, now we solve the whole number separately and the fractions separately. So now 6 plus 2, 8 plus. Both are fractions. I told you, whenever there is an addition or subtraction of a fraction, always see first whether the denominators are same. Here the denominators are same. Only if the denominators are same, we can add or subtract. So this denominator 3 and 3, I write it once, and here I'll write 1 plus 1. So what did I get? 8 plus 1 is 2 upon 3. Now again, here 8 and here plus 2 upon 3. The denominator, one place there is 3, other place there is nothing, where we have to put 1. Now here again we have to convert the denominators to same number. 1 we have to convert to 3. Any one we have to convert. 3 we cannot convert to 1, but we can convert 1 to 3. So how we will convert this 1 to 3? Multiply by 3. 1 3s are 3. But whatever you do in the denominator, you have to do in the numerator also. So I multiply 3 in the numerator also. 8 3s are 24 upon 3 plus 2 upon 3. Now we got the denominator same. So we will add the numerators by writing the denominator only once. Okay. 24 plus 2 is 26 upon 3. Okay, after we get this 26 upon 3, we will convert this into mixed numbers. Okay, and how do you convert? Yes, it's a very simple method again. We saw in our last video in practice set 9. So 3 divided by 26. 3 how many we will take here? Yes, 3 8s are 24, 3 9s are 27, which we cannot take, 27. So 3 8s are 27. 4. Subtract. So what we get the answer here? 26 divided by 3. This is a quotient, this is a remainder, and this is a divisor. I had told you all in practice set 9 how to write quotient, remainder upon divisor. So the answer is 8, 2 upon 3. Okay. Now the same sum we will solve by the second method. Okay. What is the second method? Same sum, that is 6 1 upon 3 plus 2 1 upon 3. Second method is multiply the denominator with the whole number. So 3 multiplied by 6 plus 1. I'll write here 3 multiplied by 6 plus 1 upon the denominator. 3 multiplied by 6 plus 1. So here we add, here we multiply. Same thing here to the second number. 3 multiplied by 2 plus 1 upon denominator, that is 3. 3 multiplied by 2 plus 1 upon 3. 3 6 are 18 plus 1 upon 3. Plus sign will be here again same. 3 2s are 6 plus 1 upon 3. You just multiply first and then we'll do the other operation in the next step. So 3 2s are 6 I have written, plus 1 I wrote again as it is. Now we add 18 plus 1 is 19 upon 3. 6 plus 1 is 7 upon 3. As I told you, if the denominators are same, we can add the numerator. So we can write 19 plus 7 and denominator we write only once. 19 plus 7 is 26 upon 3. And the same method we did this division. 3 divided by 26, we'll get the same answer. The answer is 8, 2 upon 3. Now which method you all want to choose? You all can choose. Now in practice set 9, I solved by this first method all the sums. Now in this I will solve by the second method. Okay. So now the second sum here. I'll write down the sum first. 1 upon 4 plus 3 1 upon 2. Okay. Now we solve. I'm solving by method 2. Four multiply by 1 plus 1. 4 multiply by 1 plus 1 upon the denominator 4. 4 multiply by 1 plus 1 upon 4. This plus sign I am putting here. Now this. 2 multiply by 3 plus 1 upon 2. So 2 multiply by 3 plus 1 upon 2. You keep on solving the sums, you will get to know how to do it. So 2 multiply by 3, this denominator multiplied by whole number. 2 multiply by 3 plus the numerator plus 1 upon this denominator. Now we solve this separate and this separate. So 4 ones are 4 plus 1 I write as it is. Here also 2 3s are 6 plus 1 I write as it is. Okay. Now 4 plus 1 is 5 upon 4 plus 6 plus 1 is 7 upon 2. Okay. Now we have reached here where there is addition of fractions, and I told you all whenever there is an addition or a subtraction of fractions, the denominator should be same, otherwise we cannot solve. Here the denominators are not same, so we need to make it same. And how do we do it? Now you see that which number you can convert. Can we convert 4 to 2 or 2 to 4? Yes, we can convert 2 into 4. How? By the multiplication of 2 into 2. So when we multiply 2 into 2, we get 4. If we are multiplying 2 in the denominator, the same operation we have to do in the numerator of that particular fraction, okay? Of only that fraction. Don't try to do it of the other fraction. Other fraction will remain as it is. Okay? So here this particular step is just to make the denominator same. Okay? By using the tables we can do it. Now we'll see what happens to the second fraction. First fraction will remain as it is. 5 upon 4 plus 7 2s are 14 upon 2 2s are 4. Here we got the denominators same. Okay. Here we got the denominators same. Now I'll continue this sum on the same page on the other side so that you all can see properly. Okay. Now here, see the last step here. 5 upon 4 plus 14 upon 4. The denominators are same. So now we can do the addition. How do we write? We write 5 plus 14 upon 4. Denominator we'll write only once. And we'll add the numerator, of course. And now 5 plus 14 is 19 upon 4. Okay. Now we will not stop here. We will convert this improper fraction into mixed number here, because see, can you see here the mixed number here? Yes. So the sum you should get into a mixed number only. So you can do it here at the side. How do we convert into a mixed number? That is 4 divided by 19. Now 4 4s are 16, 4 5s are 20. 4 5s are 20 we cannot take here because it is 19. It is less than 20. So we'll take here 4 4s are 16. Subtract 9 minus 3. Sorry, 9 minus 6, 3. Now we got the quotient as 4, remainder as 3, and 4 is a divisor. So there is a way of writing a mixed number. That is, we write the quotient. Quotient is 4. Then we write remainder upon divisor. So 3 upon 4. So this is our mixed number. 4 3 upon 4. 4 3 upon 4. So this is our full sum here. Now the third and the fourth sum is for homework. I solved the first and the second. Now after this we'll see the subtraction of this mixed numbers. Okay. Now from this, the first and the second I'm giving for homework. I'm doing the third and the fourth. Okay. So the first and the second from subtraction is for homework. So we'll do the third and the fourth one. Now, method is same, only thing is there is subtraction. So, you just have to follow the same method. Only when we are doing addition, we will do subtraction here. So, we start. This is a mixed number, 7 1 upon 8 minus 6 1 upon 10. So, 8 into 7 plus 1 upon 8. So 8 into 7 plus 1 upon 8 minus 10 into 6 plus 1 upon 10. So 10 into 6 plus 1 upon 10. 10 into 6. This and this number you will multiply. You will add the numerator and upon the denominator. So now separately 8 7s are 56. Plus 1 upon 8 minus 10 6 60 plus 1 upon 10. Now we add 56 plus 1 is 57 upon 8 minus 60 plus 1 61 upon 10. Okay. Now after we reach here, the fractions and subtraction. I told you when there are fractions and when we are adding or subtracting, denominator should be same. Now if you see, look here, the earlier sums what we have done, one of the fraction had a denominator 1. So we could multiply the number and we could get the denominators easily. Okay. Now here if you see, can we convert 8 to 10 by multiplying with any number? No. Because 8 ones are 8, 8 twos are 16. And here, can we multiply any number with 10 so that we get 8? No, because it is greater than 8. So in this case, what we do is we multiply each denominator by the other denominator. For example, this 8 I will multiply with 10. And this 10 I will multiply with 8. Vice versa. So if I multiply this 8 with 10, I got 8 tens are 80. And if I multiply this 10 with 8, 10 eights are 80. So I got the denominator same. Okay. So now the next thing. Whatever we are doing in the denominator, we have to do the same thing in the numerator. So if I am multiplying 10 here, I will multiply 10 up also. If I am multiplying 8 here, I will multiply 8 up. I think this is clear. Okay. So now we just have to multiply. 57 tens are 570. Okay. Upon 8 tens are 80. 61 multiplied by 8 is 488. Upon 10 eights are 80. You can do this multiplication in the rough. 61 eights are. Okay. Now, the denominators are same. So, we can subtract the numerator. So, I can write 570 minus 488 upon 80. Okay. The denominators are same, which you will write only once. I'll continue here. So now here 570 minus 488. So do this calculation. And the answer is 82 upon 80. Okay. Now we have got this fraction. We have to convert into a mixed number. So same thing. You can show it at the side. 80 ones are 80 only we can take. Remainder is 2. And how do we write this? Quotient and remainder upon the divisor. Okay. So it is 1, 2 upon 80. And there is one more thing. If you know how to reduce this fraction, we can reduce this. How we can do it is, if you see 2 upon 80, now 2 upon 80, 2 and 80 are divisible by each other. That is 2 ones are and 2 40s are. Okay, so you can write this as 1 upon 40. Okay, so this is just reducing this and you get this as a final answer. You can reduce it here also and then you can divide. That is also okay. 1, 2 upon 80. How I got 1 upon 40? 2 ones are and 2 40s are. 2 ones are 2, 2 fours are 8 and 0. And I can show in pencil here. 2 ones are, 2 fours are 8 and 0s are. Okay. This is how do you, when you reduce it. Now we proceed to the fourth sum. Same method. 2 into 7 plus 1. 2 into 7 plus 1 upon 2. Minus 5 into 3 plus 1 upon 5. So 5 into 3 plus 1 upon 5. Now what I get here? 2 sevens are 14 plus 1 upon 2. 5 threes are 15. Sorry, this is subtraction. is equal to 14 plus 1 is 15 upon 2 minus 15 plus 1 is 16 upon 5. Now again here we have to equalize the denominator. So when we have to equalize the denominator, we cannot convert 2 to 5 or 5 to 2 by multiplying any number. So we multiply 2 with 5 and we multiply 5 with 2. Whatever we are doing in the numerator, we have to do the same thing in the denominator. If I multiplied 5 down, 5 up. If I multiplied down with 2, up also I will multiply with 2. Now, 15 5s are 75 upon 10 minus 16 2s are 32 upon 10. Now, we got the denominator same. So, I will write it only once and I can subtract 75 minus 32. Okay. Now, I'll do it here side. 75 minus 32 is how much? It is 43 upon 10. Okay. You can do this calculation in the rough side. 75 minus 32, 43. Now this we have to convert into mixed number. So 10 4s are 40. Remainder is 3. So the quotient remainder upon divisor. So quotient is 4. Remainder is 3 upon the divisor. So this is our answer. Okay. Here we couldn't reduce anything, so we straight away took here. As I told you here in the third sum, if we can reduce, we have to reduce if it is possible. Okay. Now after this, we'll proceed to the sums here. Word problems. Solve. Suyash bought 2.5 kg of sugar and Ashish bought 3.5 kg. How much sugar did they buy altogether? If sugar cost 32 rupees per kg, did they spend on the sugar they bought? There are two questions here. First thing we have to find that there are two people here, Suyash and Ashish. They bought some sugar. So we have to first find how much sugar they bought altogether. Okay. Then we have to find the cost of the sugar they bought. Okay. So we start. First we'll mention how much sugar they each brought. So Suyash bought 2.5 kg sugar. Then next is Ashish bought 3.5 kg sugar. Okay. Now we have to find all together how much they brought. All together you have studied in the earlier standards. When we have to find all together, it is addition. Okay. Sum or adding together. So therefore, sugar bought all together. It is important to write these statements. Is equal to. We'll add both, that is 2.5 plus 3.5. Okay. So now again there are two methods. Any one method you can choose. So I will choose a second method, that is 2 into 2 plus 1 upon 2. So 2 into 2 plus 1 upon 2 plus 2 into 3 plus 1 upon 2. 2 into 3 plus 1 upon 2. This multiplied by this here plus this upon this. So the answer is 2 2s are 4 plus 1 upon 2 and 2 3s are 6 plus 1 upon 2. So it is 5 upon 2 and 7 upon 2. 4 plus 1 is 5 and 6 plus 1 is 7. Since the denominators are same, I will straight away add the numerator. So 5 plus 7 by writing the denominator only once. Okay. So now I got it as 12 upon 2. Can I reduce this? And how do you reduce? This 2 and 12. They are divisible by the same number, that is 2. Okay. So here 2 ones are 2 6 are. So it is 6 kg. Okay. So 6 kg of sugar was brought all together. Okay, this calculation, if you have not understood, you can do it in the rough. 2 6 are 12. Okay, so 6 kgs of sugar was brought all together. Now, this first answer we got. Sugar bought all together. And the second question is that if the cost of per kg means 1 kg of sugar is 32 rupees, how much they spent? Now, if the cost of 1 kg of sugar is rupees 32, okay, yes. Then what is the cost of 6 kg of sugar? Because they brought 6 kg, no? Always remember, when it is given for 1 and when you have to find for many, we always multiply. It is given for 1 kg and we have to find for 6 kgs. So we will multiply 6 into 32. So 32 into 6. Which is equal to, we'll write the answer 192. Okay, so after getting both the answers, now this is our second answer, correct? After getting both the answers, we'll write a final statement that is from this given statements. So we'll write Suyash and Ashish bought 6 kg of sugar together and spent rupees 192. For the total sugar they bought. Try to write this in complete statement. This final statement you all can write in your own words. Okay, depending on what they have asked. You can frame your own statement, but see that you write the complete answer. Okay, because they had asked two things here. They had asked that how much they had brought all together sugar and how much they spent for that. Okay, so that both the answers should come in the form of statement. Okay, with this we finished with the first sum. This word. So we move on to the second sum. Aradhana grows potatoes in 2/5 part of her garden, greens in 1/3 part and brinjals in the remaining part. On how much of her plot did she plant brinjals? So we'll see how to solve this. Okay. Now before we start, I'll just show you this particular sum in the form of a diagram. So if this is a garden, okay, in this garden she's planting 3 different vegetables. Okay, so So roughly I am making 3 parts. In one part she is planting potatoes. Okay, in other part she is planting greens. And the third part she is planting brinjals. She has given us the information about potatoes and greens. But we don't know how much she has planted brinjals. And that is what we have to find. So basically we have to find this part which is shaded. Okay, so we'll see how do we proceed. You need not draw this. This is just for your explanation. Okay. Now, potatoes are planted in 2/5 part of the garden. Okay. So, I'll write here 2/5 part of the garden. Okay. We don't know how much is a garden also. Then greens. Greens are planted 1/3 part of the garden. 1/3 part of garden. Okay. Now, first we'll find out how much is total part of the plot taken for potatoes and greens. Okay. So, total plot for potatoes and greens. We just have to add. Okay, that is 2/5 plus 1/3. So this is simple addition of fraction, but again the denominators are not same. So first we need to make the denominators same. So see if you can convert any one fraction to other, which is not possible here. Okay, because both are prime numbers also. So what we do is simple thing, as I told you in the earlier sums, multiply 5 with 3 and 3 with 5, vice versa. So if I am multiplying 3 in the denominator, I will multiply 3 in the numerator also. And if I am multiplying 5 in the denominator, I will multiply 5 in the numerator. So I get 2 3s are 6 upon 5 3s are 15 plus 1 5s are 5 upon 15. Now I got the denominators same. So I can add the numerator. Denominator I'll write only once. And the answer is 11 upon 15. Now what is 11 upon 15? 11 upon 15 is the part of the plot which is used by potatoes and greens. Okay. So this part which is not shaded, this we have got 11 upon 15. Now if I know the full plot and if I subtract potatoes and greens, that is 11 upon 5, I will get brinjal part. Correct? So what is this full part? Whole. Whole we consider always as 1. Any whole part we consider as 1. So this whole plot is 1. From that we will subtract potatoes and greens, and that we have got 11 upon 5. So 11 upon 15. So basically we have to get this answer that will give us how much is the brinjal. Okay. So 1 is taken because we are talking about one plot. Okay. You will ask that from where I got this 1. This is that one plot. From that one plot, this much part 11 upon 15 is occupied by potatoes and greens. So I'm going to subtract. Okay. So before that I will mention that total plot of garden is taken as 1. Therefore, the plot for brinjals will be 1 minus 11 upon 15. Okay. Now 1, there is nothing in the denominator, so we consider that there is 1. Okay. Again we cannot solve this, we have to make the denominators same. So can we convert? Yes, we can convert 1 to 15 by just multiplying by 15. If you multiply 15 down, we have to multiply 15 up also. So what do we get? We get 15 ones are 15 upon 15 ones are 15 minus 11 upon 15. Now once the denominators have become same, we can write it only once down, and top we can do the subtraction. And what is 15 minus 11? Yes, it is 4 upon 15. So 4 upon 15 is the part of the plot used for brinjals. Okay, therefore the name is Aradhana. Therefore Aradhana planted brinjals on 4 upon 15 part of her plot. Okay. I hope you have understood the sum. And now we see the third sum and the last sum of practice set 10. Sandeep filled water in 4 by 7 of an empty tank. After that, Ramakant filled 1/4 part more of the same tank. Then Umesh used 3 upon 14 part of the tank to water the garden. If the tank has a maximum capacity of 560 liters, how many liters of water will be left in the tank? So first understand the sum. So again I will just show you the sum in the form of a picture. Sandeep, he filled the tank 4 upon 7. So there is a tank. Okay. Now this tank was filled by Sandeep first. Okay, he's filled it 4 upon 7 part. Then Ramakant also filled. Second time Ramakant filled. And he filled 1 upon 4 part. Okay, so here the water is poured in the tank inside. So now the tank water has reached, I am drawing the same tank here, has reached here. After that what happens? Umesh use 3 upon 14 part of the tank water. Okay, so now if Umesh has to use the water, he will naturally remove the water from the tank. Okay, so the water from the tank is taken out by Umesh. And Umesh is taking out how much? He is taking out 3 upon 14 part. Now, after taking the water out by Umesh, how much is the water left in the tank? That we have to find, but not in the form of fraction, but they have said we have to find it in form of liters. So if the capacity of the tank is 560 liters, how much water is left in liters we have to find. Okay, so we'll proceed. Again, you will not draw these figures here. It is just for your explanation. Okay, so we begin. Now, first we will write. Sandeep was the first person to fill the tank. So, Sandeep filled water in the tank. How much? 4 upon 7. After that, Ramakant also filled the water in the tank. And how much? 1 upon 4. Okay. Now, together Umesh and Ramakant, how much water they filled? We can find out. So, together Okay, Sandeep and Ramakant filled water in the tank. That is equal to 4 upon 7 plus 1 upon 4. Okay. So now first we will see actually how much they filled together. So we will solve. So we want basically how much is this water in the first tank filled by both. So we will solve, but we cannot solve because denominators are not same. So what we do is, can we multiply 4 with any number to get 7, or can we multiply 7 with any number that we get 4? Not possible. So what we do is just do the vice versa. We just multiply 4 with 7 and we multiply 7 with 4. This is very simple method. Okay. So whatever we are doing down, we have to do up also, numerator and denominator. Now 4 4s are 16, 7 4s are 28, plus 7 1s are 7, 4 7s are 28. Now denominators are same, so I'll write it only once and I add 16 plus 7. So it is equal to 23 upon 28. So this is 23 upon 28 is the water filled by Sandeep and Ramakant. Okay, after Sandeep and Ramakant filled the water was removed. Okay, when water was added together, I did addition. Now to this water, that is 23 upon 8, to this water, Umesh removed the water. He didn't add, he removed the water. How much? 3 upon 14. So I'll first mention here, Umesh, okay, used water from the tank, and that is 3 upon 14. Okay, so how much is the water? Hence, water left in the tank. How much is the water in the tank added by Sandeep and Ramakant? 23 upon 28. The water filled by Sandeep and Ramakant, we have got 23 upon 28. If you want, you can write here also. The water filled by Sandeep and Ramakant in the tank. So the water filled by Sandeep and Ramakant in the tank is 23 upon 28. Now Umesh used this water 3 upon 14 from the tank. So that means he removed that much water. That means we have to subtract. Okay, so 23 upon 28 is the water in the tank. And how much is removed? 3 upon 14. I hope this much is clear. After this, we have to solve this. Again, the denominators are not same, so we cannot solve. So we have to make the denominators same. So the first thing what we have to see is, can we convert any one fraction? Can we convert 28 to 14, or can we convert 14 to 28? 14 2s are 28. So if we multiply 14 multiplied by 2, we get 28. So in this way, to this fraction 3 upon 14, if we multiply 2 up and down, we get 28 and 28, the denominator. So here 23 upon 28, this fraction remains as it is, and 3 2s are 6 and 14 2s are 28. Okay, now we proceed. Since the denominators are same, we can subtract the numerator and we'll write the denominator only once. Okay, and then now 23 minus 6 is 17 upon 28. You can do this calculation in the rough. So now what is 17 upon 28? Water left in the tank. But we want the answer in liters because they have said that the capacity of the tank is 560 liters. Okay, so how many liters of water is left? So we have got the answer, but we have got in the fraction form. Okay, so we have to find it in the liters. So how do we do this? If water left in the tank is 17 upon 28, that means after taking out the water from the tank by Umesh, we get, maybe if this is the water, what is left? Okay, and this is how much? 17 upon 28. They have given the capacity of the tank. If the tank is this much, okay, if this is the tank, the capacity of the tank, how much water can be stored in the tank is 560 liters. This full tank can occupy 560 liters of water. But now, as of now, only so much water is there. That is only 17 upon 28 water is there. So, if we have to find this capacity, you have done this type of sum in 5th standard. We will write water left in the tank is 17 upon 28 of 560 liters. 560 liters. The water what is left in this tank, okay, in this tank is only 17 upon 28 of this full, of this 560 liters. And this kind of sums were there in 5th standard. That is, in such case, we multiply and we write 17 upon 28 of 560 is multiplication. Okay. Of is multiplication here. Okay. And then when you calculate here, you can do it in the rough also, or 28 and 56 can be calculated as 28 ones are and 28 20s are. Okay. So if you want, you can do, because 28 ones are 28, 28 twos are 56. Okay, and 0. And now 17 into 20, which is equal to 340 liters. Okay. Here this calculation you need to see how to do it. Since 560 and 28, the numerator and denominator, we can do the calculation. So 560 is divisible by 28 because 28 twos are 56. Okay, so 28 ones are 28, 28 twos are 56 and 28 zeros are 0. Okay, that gives me 20 here. So 17 multiplied by 20, which is equal to 340 liters. And now I need to write the last statement. There is no place, so I'll write on a new page. So what is the question? How many liters of water will be left in the tank? So therefore, water left in the tank is 340 liters. So this is the full sum here. Do not draw the figure, it is just for explanation. Please learn these type of calculation more by doing in your rough book. And after this, very important to write the final answer. With this, we finished with our practice set 10. Homework. Complete practice set 10 in your notebook. Thank you.